blogger Vase, it's your girl NEK, and I'm back with another video. In today's video, it's going to be about the incoming effects of the US dollar collapse and how to prepare for it, as you've seen in the thumbnail. A couple of things before we get off into those video proofs that I have that it's going to actually, well, if it's not already collapse, it's on its way to. Because you have a lot of naysayers that claim the US dollar would never collapse, this big conspiracy theory. But history basically repeats itself in more ways than one. And the US dollar is not the first fiat currency. Fiat currencies in the past have collapsed. So I don't know why people think it's so impossible for the US dollar to do the same. Consider we have all this debt and major inflation and the IOUs that are never being paid out, these bank bailouts and different things that has happened over the last 100 years that has put us to this point. So for some people who are not aware of what it means when the US dollar collapsed, basically in a short, sweet summarization of it all, the US dollar is the fiat currency, which I just mentioned not too long ago. Which means its value is pretty much based on the faith in the strength of the US economy, really. A lot of people, like I said, stated have the confidence that the dollar will retain its value, and so it has up until now. So it's basically like a ticking time bomb, and it's been like that for a while now, due to the government's irresponsibility, them being irresponsible, shall I say? I think that sounds better. For the government being irresponsible about the way that they spend money and the things that they spend money on. The Chinese yen has really, really raised its value, and they're pushing for that. They're actually pushing for the oil to be traded in Chinese yen. So that's something to be on the lookout for as well. My next case in point is basically the US. Our monetary issues is pretty bad. We're like trillions of dollars in debt, according to mainstream media, which that's a whole nother story within itself. But yeah, so we're $1 trillion in debt. And basically the money that the government has borrowed, they haven't paid it back yet. So the government really borrows money by selling bonds and basically promises to pay back the bondholders with interest at a later time. However, we know that has not been happening, as I stated before. So I have 3 videos that I'm going to show you guys as to proof of back up what I'm saying. And I will come back with my commentary after these videos.
Federal Reserve knows the dollar is finished. I mean, honest to God, if I could speak about maybe something I've heard at some point, maybe from somebody reputable, maybe not, you never know. I'm just going to throw something out there that I heard, that the BRIC nations want off the dollar, and they're going to do it August 1st of this year. So they have their own version of the SWIFT system, an international payment system that will run everything but the dollar. And joining that list is Saudi Arabia. This is big. China's on that list. Russia's on that list. Brazil is on that list. Thailand's on that list. There's a lot of countries that are tired of the dollar and they want off.
People who work numbers, I am giving you free advice that those of you who are holding dollars, you surely might go into losses. You better do what you must do, because this market is going to be different in a couple of weeks.
But it's inevitable. The U.S. is losing its dominance on the world stage, and the dollar will soon no longer be the world's reserve currency. And that's scary for many of us, because many of us are Americans and we rely on dollars to survive. And we've seen what happens to other countries when their currency is devalued and massive inflation hits, oftentimes caused by U.S. sanctions, and we don't want that happening to us. But during last week's meeting between Putin and Xi said this to Putin. Change is coming that hasn't happened in 100 years, and we are driving this change together, he said.
As you guys just seen and witnessed those videos, it's getting serious and it's getting real out here. You just heard the man say that August the 1st is going to be the day that everybody pulls out. So thank God for TikTok. TikTok is such a helpful app that can be used in so many different ways, but I mean, me personally, I scroll for entertainment just a little bit, but not that much. I mainly go to TikTok for knowledge of what's going on, about my history, different things, because TikTok is so educational, man. I have used it for more educational purposes than entertainment. And I don't think TikTok gets that type of recognition enough. That's why they're trying to ban it. I don't care what nobody say. They're not trying to ban TikTok because Asian people, Chinese people own it. They've been knowing that. They've been knowing it. No, they're trying to shut TikTok down because TikTok is informing the people. People are waking up. A lot of people, more than not, are waking up than you think, and it is scaring the elites. That is scaring them, as it should. But back to my commentary. Everybody tell you to invest in cryptocurrency when things like this happen. But if you like me, the average American, we don't have, it's we can teach ourselves about it, because I take that back. It's a lot of Americans that do teach themselves about it that are, average or whatever. But as far as me, I don't want to learn cryptocurrency like that. So I got a couple of other ways that I'm going to take personal precautions as to how to, keep things safe. So in order to prepare for what's coming, you guys, I did quite a bit of research and just looking into it and different options of how or the best ways for me to protect myself. Be aware I am not a financial advisor of any sort. This is just a couple of things that I found was interesting outside of cryptocurrency. So, investing in a foreign currency, like I'm gonna use the Chinese yen for an example. If I wanted to invest in that to protect my wealth, I'm gonna do that, but I will also diversify it and limit my exposure to any one currency. So it's always a catch 22 to anything. So nothing is for sure. So you never put all your eggs in one basket, to sum it up. The second option is real estate. This is a hidden gem because I never hear people talk about real estate as holding value in case of the dollar collapses. So while it's not liquid as other assets, real estate can still be a valuable addition to your portfolio, basically in this crisis, because during economic turmoil, real estate often holds its value better than any other asset in this class, really, to be honest with you. If you own a rental property, you'll definitely benefit from generating income from your tenants in case of economic crisis. Hint, hint. So, real estate is definitely a good option. Another hidden gem that I found that was very interesting on a tip as well to prepare is collecting. So, apparently, I was yesterday's years old when I found out that collectibles are a good way to prepare as well. Anything like art, coins, stamps, they all can be good options in a dollar collapse. Their value may be a little bit more subjective a little bit, but they still can be sold for a profit in case you need to, let's say, raise cash in a hurry or something like that. So collecting things are another good tip. The last one, now I'm sure the not have heard of NFT, or AKA non-fungible tokens. They are cryptocurrency. So I know I said I didn't care for crypto, but this is a form of crypto. NFTs is basically, it can be used to represent anything from like digital art to real estate. It's still in its early stages though, so it might be a bit of a risk to some people, and they might not go with that choice obviously because it's new. But I have no doubt the NFTs will become more popular in this situation because people always look for alternative assets to invest in to protect themselves and their wealth. So those are my tips, you guys. And I don't want to hold you guys long. If you stayed this long, thank you so much. I appreciate you. And if you like the content that I'm providing, subscribe to the tribe, baby. We're only going up from here. Get on the train while it's early. I know I'm a small channel, but we rolling. But no. Seriously, guys, thank you for your time, and I appreciate you staying with me this long. And I will be back with another video. Please be sure to like, share, and comment, guys. It helps with the YouTube algorithm, and it helps to keep this video moving through these YouTube streets as they are needed. In the grand scheme of things, everything is not a kiki in life. Some things are serious, you guys, and it's important, to have a heads up on things than for you to know at the last minute, like the government always want to tell us everything at the last minute. But again, thank you so much, you guys.